All right. We are here with another episode of the Higher Knowledge Podcast. We got the Queen, Monica Montgomery, on here.
Woo woo, woo woo. I'm in here.
Yeah, I had to, I had to get fancy with the little buttons and stuff. I got other little buttons too now. You know what I'm saying?
Good, good. Look, I'm gonna let you be the engineer on it.
Okay, cool. I got it. I'm gonna try to keep us together with it. But we are happy to have you here today. I know that we planned on this, and now we are finally here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for the ones at home that don't know who Miss Monica Montgomery is, I'm gonna let her have the floor now, and I'm gonna shut up.
Hey, hey. So yes, I'm Monica Montgomery. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. I'm the owner of MCM Services. MCM Services is a business development company where we use strategic management and operations to help small to mid-sized businesses reach their growth potential. And then while running a business going on 9 years now, I had the nerve to write a book last year.
Uh-uh.
So I'm a self-published author as well. The book is called Raising Parents, and it just talks about my journey as a caregiver for my parents for like 20 years. And basically, that's me. I'm a strategist. I love taking adventures. I love going outside. And I do like a good old fashioned too. I do like a
Heard
good
that.
old fashioned.
Heard that. Now, I heard you say about the caregiving with your parents.
Yeah.
Um, I sort of in the same kind of situation.
Hmm.
With my mom, she's in like the fourth stage of dementia. So, I
Mm-hmm.
understand what you mean on the raising parents. One day they're raising you, and the next you're taking care of them.
Right. Right. It happens so quick, and it's nothing that we can really prepare for. Like you said, one day everything's fine, the next day, boom, you thrown into this caregiving role, and you may not even have all the resources, all the knowledge and stuff. You just know you have to take care of this person. Like you've got to make their life as normal as possible and help them with any daily activity. So yeah, it can be hard because it's like you're learning something new every day in this new role, and it doesn't matter if it's you're doing it for 1 day, 10 days, 100 days, 50 years. I
Mm,
mean, being a caregiver, it's like a full-time job.
yeah,
It's a full-time job. Yeah.
yeah. I agree. It is. From being, physically full time to mentally,
Hmm.
it can be a struggle.
Yeah, it's a struggle, and it has its ups and downs. Like, of course, you have to ride that emotional roller coaster, but at the end of the day, it's rewarding because you know you're helping that person have longevity or have a better quality of life or live another day. So that's the joy you get out of it. It's like our parents take care of us, and then as we get older, we end up taking care of them like they did for us. So
Yeah,
we do it. We love them.
yeah, yeah. It just, you just do it.
Yeah.
Like you said, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Mhm.
Uh, well, I guess we're gonna jump right into it.
Yeah.
Because Miss Monica is a busy young lady. She has a lot of fruit in her basket. So
Yeah.
uh, the main thing we were doing with this episode today, guys, was we're gonna name it "Stepping Our Game Up." And when we say "stepping our game up," what do we mean?
Mhm.
And I know a lot of us entrepreneurs, we deal with different difficulties, day to day, month to month, year to year, week to week.
Mhm.
So, and sometimes it's a little rough when you feel like, you don't have all the information, or, I mean, because we all have that energy that rises up in us, and we just go out here and we become go-getters, but we forget about the business side. So today we're kind of have a one-on-one with Miss Monica about stepping our game up. So all the guys at home that are fresh in entrepreneurship, or you've been in it for a while, or you had a lot of questions, and because I know we hear a lot in our community where people use the GK word, and most times it's just you're not around the right people. So
Mhm.
sometimes you run into people that just want to tell you, or they have information for you, or like Miss Monica here, they have a service that's built just for helping you step your game up.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
um, the first thing I had wanted to ask you is, well, I should say we, because this is a learning space. So
Yes, yes.
what key factors should businesses focus on when developing a strategic management plan?
Right, yeah, because look, first of all, trying to manage a business, we may be really good at our craft, we may be really good providing a service or a product, but not everyone is an expert at business operations. And as you're an entrepreneur, as you're a business owner, yes, at the beginning, you're wearing all the hats, you're doing all of the things. You know, you're the one who's creating the budget, you're the one who's trying to do that market research, identify who your audience is. So the top key aspects in order to make sure you have the correct strategic management for your business is, of course, doing that market research. You need to understand how your business is going to perform in a certain industry that you're in and see what your growth expectations are. Like how much money you're supposed to earn in that business. Two is to make sure you have a sound messaging. Like focus on your brand messaging, making sure that you're actually talking to and attracting the ideal clients you want for your business. And make sure you let them know, like, hey, I have the solution to the needs. I'm the one that you need to come to because I provide this, that, and the other. So just make sure you have your brand messaging correct and create that budget. Oh my gosh, there's so many businesses out here that don't have a budget at all. And I get like in the beginning, you're just trying to get money in, but also you need to focus on how much money are you spending on marketing? How much money are you spending on operations? Like how much is it costing you to sell this product or to produce this service? And then you need to know, okay, how much is it costing me to onboard a new client? Like how much do I need to get out of this client in order to pay for my service? So it's having that business budget is really key and having a plan. Know what you want to do for like your long-term vision. Know what you want to do next year, next 3 years, next 5 years. Because if you're just planning, you know, just to get by for the next month, that's not going to help. You need to have a long-term plan so that when you're doing your short-term strategies, you can get to that big goal. You can get to that profitability and sustainability. So those are the key aspects as far as managing that business. I mean, knowing what your market research is, doing that brand messaging, having that business budget, and having those business goals. Without that, I mean, you can wing it, you can
Yeah,
wing it, but how long is that going to be effective? How long is that going to be like, are you going to really
yeah,
grow when you're winging it? Or are you just going to stay in one spot? So yeah.
right, right. And you know what? I'm with you on that. And that's another thing I want to ask you, because I know I've been there before.
Mhm.
Where is it where we find our confidence? Because sometimes we be like, man, I want to make these moves. I want to do this because we know in our mind this is what we need to do and it's what we want to do. It bothers us every day, especially if you really want to win it. But I've seen a lot of people where they're cool in one little space. Like what is it
Mhm.
that's gonna help get them out of that one space to where they can expand to go out to find their ideal client? Because me personally, it took me a while to kind of figure out my ideal client. Because like you said, starting out is you worried about all money in and
Mhm.
everything else to come with it. Survive, especially if this is all you're doing. So surviving and everything else. But I've just seen a lot of people that be nervous to take that level or ask for more money or so on. So what are things that can help them kind of get them in that position to say, hey, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, so a lot of times we know how good we are and we know like we have something unique that is different from whoever our competitor is or whoever may have a similar business as us. A lot of times when we start to focus on like what society puts out there, like on social media, and they give you these expectations like, ooh, you open a business, you should be a millionaire after the first year. That's unrealistic. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be a millionaire unless you just out here scamming people or something like that. I
Right,
mean,
right, right. Yeah.
but if you do it right and you build a solid business foundation, like you're not going to be a billionaire in the first year. So I think people trying to focus on like what other people are doing and comparing themselves, that's where we lose confidence in ourselves, even though we know that we have the capabilities and the creativity to get it done. I mean,
That's
you've
deep.
got people out here who just wake up one morning and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. They have no experience, no industry insight, no expertise, no nothing. They just made a flyer, put it out there, and people are buying from them. And so when you compare yourself to you, like you're like, man, I've got, 10, 15 years of experience and I've been doing this for a long time. I have the results, but this other person coming out here doing that. That comparison really robs us of being the best that we can be in our industry and in our business, and also being afraid to succeed. That's the biggest thing. Like a lot of times we'll procrastinate because we're just afraid to get to the next level. Because if we already have questions about the basic level, like just starting, it's like, okay, how am I get through this next level when I've met my revenue goals? I got all these clients. So a lot of times, yeah, we do procrastinate and we hold ourselves back because we just scared. We're just afraid of that next jump when we can handle it. We just
Yeah.
don't want, it's the unknown is very scary. So I think that's how we shoot ourselves in the foot.
True, true. I agree with that. Because it's been times where I just really had to um buckle down,
Yeah.
because I used to be out here doing the same thing. Just because honestly, my upbringing, my view of business was a little different. So learning how to change it up, what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, because I definitely was one of those guys, like no experience, no nothing. I knew how to go get the fancy flyers made. I knew how to make it
Mhm.
look, and I knew how to get it to whoever I was trying to get the attention of. And you're right. But when it came on to just the whole business part of it, it was, so yeah, you're right. It's a lot of things I had to make changes on and really see the bigger picture. Like you said, um, you're not going to get that million overnight.
Oh, right, yeah, and it's seeing the
I'm
bigger
glad you
picture.
brought that up.
That's where that CEO mindset comes from. When you look at that bigger picture, it's like as an employee, yeah, we get stuck in doing like the everyday task, and we just try to keep the business afloat and stuff like. We just try to keep it stable. But when you think as a CEO, you look at the bigger picture. You're
Yeah,
not focused on this comparison, how you look to others and stuff like that. You're focused on how can I make it more profitable? How can I build my retirement plan? How can I get investors? So we just have to shift from that employee mindset to that CEO mindset and not focus on all the outside noise,
yeah,
but
yeah.
only deal with things that's going to push the business forward. Like at the end of the day, we need to do things that's going to make the business money.
Right, 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 right. And I agree with that. I agree with that because I'm not really about attention. So
Yeah,
I can be a little nervous myself, but if it's for business, then I be wanting all the attention that I can get to it, because I know
yeah,
what it's gonna do. But um budgeting. Big
yes,
words you said, budgeting.
yes.
We don't have a budget. We're not budgeting. Some of us, if you ask us about overhead and stuff like that,
We don't know.
it's foreign language. So I want you to speak on that. Just kind of open up on that budgeting thing. Like, why is it important, and how do we go about knowing how to budget? Because we have some guys that don't know how to budget, don't even understand the word. So could you just please speak on that? Because that was yeah, because you
Yeah,
kind of had said it and kept going. No, 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 no.
let's back that up. Let's back that up.
Yeah, let's back that up.
Yeah, because when I tell you the budget piece, that's what's killing us. I don't care what kind of business you have, the budget piece is killing us because, like for example, when people ask me to help strategize their business, that's great. My first question to you is, how much is it costing you to onboard a customer? And a lot of times they look at me like, I don't know. Well, okay. Well, where are you spending the most money for your business? They just tell me what the money comes in and goes out. It comes in and goes out. And I'm like, okay, so that's not beneficial because we need to find a problem area. So when it comes to creating that budget, first of all, it's got to be separate from your personal. Like whatever you spend your personal money on, that's one thing. But what you spend on a business, that's got to be completely separate. You want, because they're two separate entities, they're two separate things. You don't want to confuse like, oh, I'm swiping this card for personal, but it's really a business transaction. No, because when it comes time to do your taxes or when it comes down to the end of the year, or even just looking at it quarterly, you too busy trying to figure out, is this a personal or business expense, and not focusing on, okay, this is how much I spent on marketing, or this is how much I spent on supplies. So just first step, separate that business money. Like put that in a separate account,
Bars.
make a spreadsheet or something like that. Keep that separate. Then you need to focus on, okay, how much is your overhead expenses? And overhead can be like if you're paying a monthly membership or a monthly subscription to like a business networking group, or you're having to spend $50 in supplies every month, or if you're having to mileage, trying to the car maintenance just to get back and forth to whatever you need to do, like your business meetings, picking up supplies, managing inventory. So looking at your overhead expenses, like how much it's costing you to run your business day to day, and looking at your marketing. For some businesses, the marketing budget is like 40% of the overall budget. And that can be between putting ads out there on social media, that could be set up a YouTube page, paying for like a Zoom subscription, StreamYard subscription, all of that. Whatever you have to do with marketing, these flyers, these banners, these table covers, all that's part of your marketing. So that needs to be put in your budget. So it's just splitting your budget down to how much is coming in, how much you're spending on just operating it day to day, and how much is your marketing. Now, as your business grows, yeah, you're going to have a section in there for like payroll, for like insurance and stuff like that, business credit. But those are three key things you need to have with your business budget. Starting out or small, mid-sized, whatever, is know how much money is coming in, how much is going for operations, and how much is going for marketing. And that will definitely tell you a lot about your business. Like, and why are you spending so much money over here when it needs to be going over there? So that's the biggest thing about budget. Because once you find out where your money is going,
Mm,
then you can improve your operations.
mm.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm just glad you broke that down because that's something that we kind of skip over. And
Right.
and like it was something else that you said too about the marketing because that's something
Hmm.
we're gonna hear a lot today. And so
Yeah.
because it's very important. It's very, very, very important because you know, some of us get caught up in word of mouth. Some of us get caught up
Hmm.
in these little handful of groups and a few people in there that can tell 10 or 5 people to say, yeah, go over there and check her out. And we
Hmm.
just that's it. Or we're not making enough posts in a week or in a day for our
Hmm.
businesses. So if you could you please tell us how critical that it is if we're not adding marketing into our whole business existence?
Right. Because people are not going to know you even exist if you don't market. You got to market somewhere. If you want people to know who you are, where you are, how to find you, you have to market. You can't just sit up there, open a business, and word of mouth is good, but word of mouth only expands so far. Like it's only within like what, a 50-mile radius. But
Yeah.
if you really want your business to grow, like you're gonna have to market out there to other places. It's like you trying to set up a grocery store but don't tell anybody about it, and you just hope people walk in. No,
Right.
ain't nobody gonna walk in because they don't even know you got a grocery store. So you
That
have
food is
to
gonna
mark,
mold.
right? Yeah, yeah. That's what they do. It's like, okay, I'm open now. It's like, oh, or what people do, they'll like to get a retail location. Be like, no, I want to be in the store so I can have my shelves and stuff set up and people can come in and talk. Okay, but do you have the foot traffic for that? Have you
Mm,
already established the foot traffic? How you have already established the audience? Do
that's
you
right.
have people wanting to waiting for you to have actual stores so they could come in and purchase a product? If you don't have that audience already existing, then when you open up, you're gonna sit up here and be paying that monthly lease, that monthly rent amount out of your pocket instead of out of the business income. So it's like, don't get into a retail location so fast when you haven't done the marketing to build up your audience. And like for me, marketing, knowing the best channels for you to market your business is important. For me, like on Instagram,
Mhm.
that's not the best place for me to sell. It's the best place for me to like start a conversation, to keep
True.
people informed about what I'm doing,
I agree.
just to reach out, just to connect with people. It's good for that. But to sell on Instagram, that's
Yeah,
not good for my.
dead,
Yeah,
dead,
yeah.
dead,
Because I'm a
dead.
service-based industry. I'm a service-based business, so it's like, what am I just selling? Now on Facebook, I can sell on there all day long. I can
Right.
put a link out there. People buy a ticket, they'll buy a shirt, they'll buy a book, they'll get an ebook, stuff like that, because it works.
I
Now,
agree.
I do have a greater audience on Facebook than I do Instagram, but I do have different market. I do have different content on both of them.
Right.
You may see something on Instagram and then you won't see it on my Facebook page. So it's just
Yeah.
knowing which avenue is best. And then I got a YouTube channel, and that's just having a comment again, just presenting that engaging content, just presenting those conversations for people because yeah, I can sell on there too, but it's
Yeah.
just getting people to actually see who I am, what my business is, and keep them engaged. So those three aspects of marketing, you got to get your brand message out there. You got to put your face out there. Or if you don't want your face out there, put the business logo out there. You got to put the business, you got to sell it every day.
True. True. Yeah, because I agree with you. Instagram is more where
Hmm.
I've met, many detailers from all over, and that's just our source and way of talking to each other. And we just, spread out different detail ideas. They may be doing something, we may be doing something, and we just spread and flavor around. But like you said, selling, Facebook, uh, I can promote services on there. I've been getting away with that for a while, but I noticed TikTok was something that was more too. I had to tap in with selling. Um,
Hmm.
it's just putting in the work. Now, just having the time to put in the work where you want to be in front of the camera most of the time and you're selling, and doing the TikTok shop and going through all that stuff. But but everything comes with a process and it comes with work,
Hmm.
but yeah, I definitely agree with you. Like certain social media things are only for certain things.
Right. Yeah. Like not every social media channel is gonna bring you closed deals, bring you sales and everything, but you just have to know how to leverage it. And that's the best thing you do for your business. And that's also part of market research. Like finding out where your audience is, which platform are you gonna attract your audience, and then how you need to communicate to them. So if you've got more people on TikTok, then continue to push that content on TikTok. If you've got more people on YouTube, then do that. And then if you want to get paid from one of them, it's like, okay, who has the best payout? Where do you get
Right.
the close deals or where do you get the most engagement? So that's part of that market research too. But if I didn't have to post on social media, I wouldn't. Me personally,
Yeah.
if I didn't have to, I wouldn't. But if I gotta do what's best for my business. I gotta put it
Yeah.
out there. So I'm gonna
Yeah, because
post.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like that too. It's sometimes I be wanting to have a social media detox where I can just, maybe take my page down for a while, and
Yeah.
just kind of take a breather. But it's like, if you got your other pages connected to that one, um, I don't know how that works. Where if you take that down, will all your other pages still be there? So it's you're right because
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that people choose to post and do on there, man. I don't too much care for it for real. If I can see business stuff all day or inspirational stuff or just whatever, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with my algorithm just being on that. Because
Yeah.
I noticed the things on Instagram on my algorithm and TikTok and Facebook, they're all totally different. So it
Mm-hmm.
all ties into what you were saying about just knowing, what is for what. Yeah, because that's like you said, that's very important, especially now with the market research. Um,
Mm-hmm.
how important is market research for small businesses and what cost effective strategies can they use? Now, a lot of us is in business and we just in there.
We just in.
How you got them people that come to work, don't do nothing, but they be on the clock and they be at work every day. Some of us are kind of in that space and
Mm-hmm.
we're in denial at the same time. And
Right.
that's why today I had to go ahead and let Monica come on here because it's some things that she said where I have took my spankings too on. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
from today,
Mm-hmm.
hearing what she said, so I need it just as much as I know y'all need it. I'm not a big head guy. I know when I need, and you know what? Right before you move into that market research topic,
Yeah.
can you say that mentorship is a part or should be a part of your business budgeting?
Yes, definitely. Mentorship should definitely be a part of it because we can be so busy working in our business and we're so busy trying to get it set up, get our marketing set up, our operations, automation, stuff like that, that we miss how it looks we miss external factors.
Mm,
So having a business coach or a business consultant, they can take a look at your business from the outside in and say, it could be something simple, say, hey, you should be doing this instead of that, or you should be going
right.
this direction instead of that, or you're confusing your audience by saying this. So definitely having that mentor, that business coach, that business consultant, they're definitely beneficial because they can give you insights on where you should be going with your business, what's the next step, and you may miss it because you're so busy on the inside. You can work so much in something that you don't miss opportunities on the outside. So yeah, definitely get one. Like even though I'm a business consultant, I have a coach. Your coach should have a coach. Your consultant should have a consultant. Just like your therapist should have a therapist. It's it's a learning. You're as you get to the next level, you're learning and you're always on this journey to find out what's going to work, what's not going to work because every day in business, even though I've been in business for 9 years, I've learned different things every year, every quarter. Like sometimes things I've been doing the same for the past 5 years hasn't been working this year. So I've got to pivot. I've got to find those different strategies. So you better get you a mentor. You don't have to do
Hey, look,
everything by yourself.
telling y'all, I'm telling you, man, you gotta have it. I understand everybody. They feel comfortable because they go to church and they got their pastor, but sometimes we need to have our personal mentors.
You do.
You know what I'm saying, to kind of coach us through stuff because we don't know everything. Some of us kind of came in this kind of just hey, I'm here. What do I do?
Mm-hmm.
And we
Mm-hmm.
just kind of found our way from there. But so and another thing, it's always good to have things told to you without you having to take them personal. Because
Right.
I meet a lot of people that be in certain situations and they don't want to hear it from their peers or whatever. And me, man, if it's something I'm doing wrong, or if it's something that's not helping me be profitable, or it's something that
Mm.
some things that I can change or whatever, I'm all ears.
Right. Right. If you tell me, hey, Monica, you need to do this in your business instead, I'm one of those people. You tell me to do it, I'm gonna do it that night, and the next morning you're gonna see a difference. Like
Yeah, yeah. I'm one of
if
them.
someone,
I'm one of them. I'm not gonna go away and cry about it. I'm not gonna say, well, that guy was an asshole. I'm not gonna do
yeah,
none of that. Because like when I really sit back and think about it, I'm like, man, okay, I'm never gonna get far without correction.
right, right,
It's just not gonna happen. So,
and you
um,
don't know what's wrong until somebody tells you. Like nobody tells you anything, you don't know. You're oblivious to it. So when someone takes the time to give me like some business knowledge for free, Oh, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take, and you can't take things so personally. Like you can't look at it as like, oh, they mean bad for my business or anything. No, they're trying to help you out and get you to the next level. Because if they didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. Then you'd be another 3, 4 years down the road, still stuck in the same spot. So
That's right.
you better take that information and use it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it just ain't no way around
You know what? Yeah,
it.
anyway, around. Mm-hmm.
Ain't no way around it.
No.
But okay, so we said we was gonna get to the market research. We're gonna
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
the market research and let Miss Monica have the floor on that. Um, but I will ask you this before you get into it. What roles does data analytics play in understanding market trends?
Yeah. First of all, it plays a huge role because you need to know how your industry was performing in the past and where is it going to. So you need to take a look at that past performance in the industry and past performance in your own business as well. And then you can better assess like, okay, if my industry is expected to grow by 3%, where is my business at on that level? Like, what should I be targeting? What growth aspect should I be targeting in my business based on my industry? So, just trying to figure out things on your own without doing that market research is very hard. Having that data to understand how your customer base is, where your customer base is shopping, what their shopping behavior is, what are they focused on, and how does the economic outlook adjust how they're going to be spending their money or what services they need or even things that they're not going to cut out their budget. Like, yeah, the economy may change, but at the end of the day, people are not going to cut out cleaning out of their budget. Like, they're going to have somebody come clean their house. They're not
Right.
going to cut out lawn care. They're going to have somebody come and cut the grass. So just knowing those aspects, like how they adjusting their budget and what factors are either preventing or helping your business to grow. Not knowing that data can hinder you a whole lot because while your competitors are looking at the analytics and actually applying the strategies based on all that analysis,
Mhm.
you're still stuck. You're trying to figure out, well, how are they getting better? How are they making it? It's because they've taken the time to analyze how the market is performing, how the industry is performing, new insights, new tools, new demands. There be a lot of market demands from your clients, from your customers. And if you don't understand where that's going or where it's come from, then yeah, you'll be stuck in your business while your competitors are moving along. So it's market research. You have to take a look at how your industry is performing, what are the behaviors of your consumers or your target audience, and what is the growth expectation. Knowing those three key areas of market research and applying those insights within your business, that can help take it to its next level. If you never research at all, yeah, you're going to be stuck with the same clientele, making the same money, doing the same things. But really applying that market research, and really you should be doing that. I do mine quarterly because
Mhm.
stuff changes so much. The market changed so, the trends they change so
Yeah.
much.
Oh
But
yeah.
doing that yearly, and if you don't do it anytime sooner, at least do it yearly. But I like to do mine quarterly because I'm like, I need to know what's going on. Like, how did I perform last quarter? What worked? What didn't work? Okay, so what I need to do this quarter because I don't want to stay in one spot. Like, mm-mm. If I'm the master of this ship, I'm the captain of this ship.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna take it where I want to take it.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, because I was thinking about that. Like any move I made, I always had to look at
hmm
competitors and
hmm
I had, and like you said, the trends and stuff like that. And most times, like, I've learned a lot just watching the youth or just watching my
hmm
son, because if you notice, it's like they kind of move from that TV thing. It's more of a
Yeah.
YouTube thing now, or it's learning, or they're watching their favorite YouTube person. So I think I kind of found my niche with that. Just
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna get on YouTube more. And so I think that's learning a lot on there and seeing things, especially when it comes to, like you said, competitors, because they will see this and that, and like
hmm
they're gonna do what they're supposed to do. You gotta do what you're supposed to do.
You gotta do what you're supposed to do, and that's why that's why some of these restaurants are closing. It's not, yeah, have their sales gone down? Yeah, that's one thing, but it's basically people want a more original experience. They don't want to go to these chain restaurants anymore.
That's
They
right.
want to go to somewhere where they can only get this entree, this type of drink, this type of experience, this type of atmosphere. So it's like, yeah, the chain restaurants, they cool. We know the names and stuff, but everybody's looking for these original moments, these original something that's different
Yeah,
than what's already out there.
that's
And
right.
plus, we want something to put on social media. So
Yeah, true that.
yeah,
I mean, because we're gonna do that anyway. It,
we're gonna
it
do it
don't matter
anyway.
what's going on. It's going on social media.
Yeah, it's going on social media.
I just seen the stuff with the stuff that happened recently with the young lady and young man in the parking lot with the people from Bill Penny or whatever.
Right,
I
right.
mean, it went from it was posted and then boom,
It just blew up.
it just blew up. Wow.
Yeah, that's all I could see all day. And that's the thing about like TV. TV is great, but it's
Mhm.
nothing like social media where 1 minute you can go from not being known
Yep.
into the next minute the whole nation knows your name, and
Yeah.
they know your name, where you went to elementary school at, your blood
Everything.
type, who you dated and stuff like they know everything about you. So
Yep.
you have to leverage social media even if you make a business mistake. Okay, I've made a business mistake. I owned it, and I was like, okay, this is what I learned from it. There's
Yep.
times I'm lost. Okay, I'm a little, but this is what I learned from it. And that's how you leverage social media in every aspect. Because I mean, it can blow you up in one day, in one
Yeah,
hour.
it can. It can. And like that's why I always be honest about stuff. Cause I know
Mhm.
if I ever blow up, y'all gonna be trying to dig all in your files to go back and
Yeah.
over. Let me tell you something. Kindergarten to a certain grade, my mother was picking out the clothes and laying them across the bed like it was the first day of school.
Don't put that on
Okay?
your mama.
So some of them pictures y'all seen, and because I remember one year, I've been roll tide for a long time. Somebody pulled
Uh-huh.
up a second grade portrait. My mom had me with this Auburn sweater on. Okay, and yeah, I used to have little buddies on back then. Okay, so don't
Uh-huh.
put up them pictures when I blow up. Okay, God, don't.
But you wore the shirt at the end of the day. Did you wear the shirt? Oh, okay. At the end of the day, did you put the buddies on? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, don't. Yeah, don't bring up that stuff, y'all.
Oh, that
Don't.
clown you, man. It's a
I'm proud of myself. And I'm also holding my mother accountable. She never wanted to listen to me, but wanted to talk about my behavior in class. The clothes. I
it
told
was
you the
the
second grade.
clothes.
Kids
Mamas are
have
always like,
service.
you better be glad you have some clothes to put on.
They don't care about that stuff.
They don't care. Parents do not care,
That's what
especially
me.
mamas. They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care. They're like, whatever. You was warm.
Yep. But hey, I'm dealing with it.
You're dealing with it. Because
I'm
my
dealing
mom
with
used
it.
to have me in those ponytails with those big old barrettes on there, and I had my bang. I had a bang that was curled up so tight.
You had the bang?
Man, that bang was curled up so tight, it just sat right here. And it
Man,
lasted for like
no.
a week. I don't care how many times I brushed it. That bang stood right there for a week. And that's when they want to take 1,000 pictures of you. Really? Really?
Like
That's
they
all the
did
pictures you
something.
have of me? That's all the pictures you have of me. Okay. Okay.
Burn them. Burn them.
Burn
Burn
them.
them. Burn them.
Burn them.
Now, I see that you have reading your book, Raising Parents,
Yes.
and we haven't talked about it.
No, we
So
haven't. We haven't.
let us know what you got going on with that. Let us know.
Yeah, so I had during the time my parents were sick, and they had been sick ever since I was 10, 11 years old, a long time. And I would write down, some of the feelings I had being, helping them get better, helping them go through their bouts of cancer and their illnesses and stuff. And I had my own emotions and my own feelings and my own experience and even being angry. And I was writing those down, and come to find out, like, I wrote all this stuff down. It was actually a book.
Mm.
And at first, I was just writing it for me. It was just, journaling. I love journaling. Put in a journal. I was just doing that for me, and I was never going to put that out there because I was like, I don't want people out of my business. Like, you're not supposed to know me on that level. Like, no, that's important to me. Like, that's the piece of me. I don't need you to know all that. But
Word.
I decided to actually publish it and put it in the book. And because I realized that I'm not the only one going through this, I'm not the only person, being a caregiver and having these emotions and having to figure out my schedule and how trying to figure out how to prioritize my time. So I put in a book and I said it's raising parents because that's what it feels like. We're raising parents because they don't listen and they're very hard headed. But I realized that it's a lot of business owners who are also caregivers,
Yeah,
and running a business by itself takes a lot of your time. And so it's like, how do you manage your time while also being there for your family, while also trying to do some self care and be there for yourself?
that's right.
So it was, I decided to put it in the book and realized that being a caregiver, we do need more of a support group. We do need a more supportive environment for us. There are a bunch of cancer support groups, heart disease, heart association, those who are smokers, alcoholics, whatever. But it's not a whole lot of support for the caregivers. And we're the ones who make a lot of sacrifices in order to improve the daily lives of our loved ones. It could be family, co-workers, best friends, what have you, children, spouses, what have you. So it's we need more support. We need more of an outlet for ourselves. And that was the main thing with the book, is to highlight the need that caregivers need in the nation. Like, we need a support just for us, and making sure that caregivers know it's okay to be sad, be angry. We have these feelings of isolations. We get depressed. We don't know what to do with our lives. We lose ourselves. We lose our identity. And it's
Yeah,
okay to go through those feelings and to show that we're not by ourselves. Like, I understand. I relate to the emotional roller coaster, and I relate to the anger that caregivers have, because I've been there. I've done that. I've experienced that. And just letting people know you're not by yourself. We need to come together and be an outlet for each other and give ourselves a rest. So that's
I
how
agree. I
the book
agree.
came about. I didn't, you know what? At first, I was like, this book is not even going to be that long. I thought it was going to be like a little 2-3 page pamphlet.
Yeah.
I didn't know I had like 180 pages in me. I was like, what?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because I have like right now I have like a cousin that's dealing with his father, and you know and just being close around his situation and knowing that it's hard when you don't have the
Mhm.
support that you need, and sometimes you don't know exactly what kind of illness you're dealing with out of your loved one, and um,
Mhm.
seeing them be someone else at times, and trying to keep your composure, and I've also been in that situation too where I just felt like I didn't have the support to carry on with caregiving. um,
Mhm.
Sometimes you reach out to certain family members, say, hey, I need help with this and that. It's more of them pushing it somewhere else. So
Mhm.
now my caregiving is based on trying to make sure that I have people that I can trust around them while they're in that situation. And so that way I'm able to have a little comfort knowing that, they're being, like looked over, and making
Mhm.
sure that they're just good where places where I'm not capable of, where I can't help them in, or if I'm busy trying to, of course, be an entrepreneur, take care of the house, take care of my child, things like that. So yeah, we do need groups for that, because some
Yeah.
people, they just kind of feel that they have, like the only option they have is just to give up.
Right.
And I have been guilty of being in that situation, just being so overwhelmed that, I don't know what to do. So,
Mhm.
you know, and so yeah, I'm glad that you did have the strength to be able to make it a book. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's a lot of people that won't talk or don't want to talk, or it takes them down a road they don't want to go down with,
Mhm.
kind of remembering things to even speak on it. So yeah, I commend you for that, because some stuff is just hard to talk about, and just, even though you want to
Yeah.
help people and your story can help people, like you said, sometimes it's like, I don't be put my business out there like that.
Right. I don't want people and I don't, it took me a while because I was like, I don't want people to know what I went through. Like
Right.
I don't want to share that. But at the end of the day, it's the impact it's gonna make is greater than my internal feelings about it. So I was like, let me put this out there. Now trying to write a book while running a business, while raising a kid, while it was I was like, I don't even know why I did it. This is dumb. But I said it's only dumb if it doesn't work.
Yeah, true. But you know what? Like, you know, if I'm not asking too much, what is like, well, what was the process on saying, you know what, I'm gonna turn this into a book. Like, this is, I feel like I can do this. And do you feel that you will be writing other books as well? Now that you've done the first one and it's been successful, you did it. Like, do you feel that you can, like, what, I'm gonna keep doing this?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely feel I can write more books. Because that's going to be part of the series. I've already actually started writing my next book.
Mm.
The goal is to get it out by 2026. But if it doesn't get out by then, I'm not going to beat myself up. But for me, writing my emotions down was a way of getting it out.
Mm.
It's a way of releasing it. Stop harping on it. Stop blaming myself for it. Stop beating myself up. So it was a way of release because I don't cry that often. The main time I cry is when I'm laughing really hard, when I'm having a
Yeah,
good time.
true that.
So some people can the littlest thing can happen and they'll cry. For me, I like to write down. I write down a lot of things, and that's part of my release. So now that I have it in a book, I feel like I don't have to keep harping on those feelings. I don't have to keep remembering, oh, there was time where I felt like I lost my identity, or I was mad at my parents, or I was mad at myself. And it's like that moment in time, I sort of stifled my emotions, stifled my feelings because I know that they were going through an illness. And it's like, okay, now I understand I still have to make a way for me. I still have to live my own life. I still have to take care of myself. So putting in a book, it was just relaxing. It's like coloring.
Yeah. Okay.
Coloring. But it took me a very long time to even consider putting it into a book. It's I promise you, publishing it. I was just going to leave it on my shelf. Just and I said the family finds it. But getting to a point of publishing it, it took me a while. And it wasn't until I created like my own publishing company. It wasn't until like I received the book, it's been published, I opened it up, the hardback cover and stuff. It was when I opened that book, I realized that 10 years ago,
Mm.
my goal was to open my own publishing company to where I'm printing the books and I'm helping people publish their own books and having this whole headquarters. So I wrote that goal down, completely forgot about it. Didn't realize it until
Wow.
my books came in the mail. I was like, oh my gosh, I wrote this down 10 years ago. So it came full circle. It came full circle. That's why I tell people write your goals down because it becomes real when you write it down. When you work towards it, it actually comes
I'll
to
hear
fruition.
that. It was a goal 10 years
Yeah,
ago that she had
10 years ago.
completely forgot about.
Completely forgot about it. It's like, you know how you write down like an aspiration in that moment,
Yeah.
but then you start living life and you think about something else, you get in another tangent. It was
It's
one of
easy to
those.
have.
It's like I wanted to do it.
Now, it was another bar you threw out there that I was like, damn. When you said my own publishing company,
Yeah.
Y'all heard that right?
No.
Bars. Her own
Bars.
bars. That's what
Yeah.
the young folks hit me up to right now.
Right, right, right.
Hey, OG, when somebody say something, you say bars. Oh,
Bars.
okay, young man. Bars. So,
Or
yeah.
what the
So
young
could
folks
you,
say, period. They be like, period.
yeah,
Period.
period, or
Yeah.
all that. I would
All
just
that.
say all that. So when okay, so like, how did you get that going? Like, what made you say, "Hey, I'm finna do my own publishing thing"? Like,
Yeah.
dang, like, how you even just put that together?
Man, look, first of all, I don't like going through a middleman. Like, I don't third party this, third party that. I don't like going through
Headache,
it. Me, I'm like,
headache.
take me directly to the source.
That's right.
Like, how do I get it from? Don't if I don't have to go to the store to get the milk, just show me the cow.
That's right.
I'll learn how to get the milk. Just show me the cow. And so I was like, I did the research. Huh, here's that market research again. I did the research and I found out how much it costs for me to go through a publishing company. And sometimes with a publishing company, they can change the tone or the objective of your book and make it to something that they want. And it's not reflective of you, your personality, whatever. And I was like, no, I don't want that. And then how much money, they get a cut out of that. And I was like, so how much I get? But you mean tell me y'all gonna take a good chunk out of my royalties and then I'm not even getting paid that much for my own story, for my own life? I'm not doing that. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do it myself. And at first I was like, that's crazy. And I did the research. I was like, so what's the process of doing it myself? How can I do this? And I took a class. I took a class who's one of my mentors. Her name is Shanine Young. She has a business called Reaching While Teaching. And she helps people get their books out there, be a self-published author, what have you. And I reached out to her. I was like, look, this is what I have going on. This is my idea. I don't know how to do it, but I know I want it done. And for me, if it's not in my lane, I don't try to figure it out by myself. I go to the experts. I go to the professionals. So I went to her. I was like, help me figure this out. And she did. She gave me a whole framework of how to advertise my book, how to build up the audience, how to get it published, how to find a book designer, and all that good stuff. So I followed the steps that she gave me.
Mm.
That's why it's so good to have a mentor. I followed the steps that she gave me, and it was so beneficial. I was able to, yeah, create my own publishing company under a completely separate name from MCM Services because this is a different part of me. So I wanted it separate from MCM Services. And created my publishing name, created, the foundation for that, where got a location for it and everything, and started to push that stuff on Amazon and on Ingram Spark. So it went from just I don't want to go to the middleman to now have a whole publishing company. Is because I reached out to experts. I reached out to Shanine and she was able to help me get that going. So to
Man,
me, to me, it was harder to publish the book than it was to write the book. But that's just for me. Publishing is not easy,
another
but
bar right
no,
there.
right, that's
Another
another
bar.
part. Another part.
It was harder to
But I
publish the
know
book
that
than
the
write
money
the
I
book.
get out of it is all that money coming to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So I noticed you said going through the other companies, they wanted this and that.
Mm-hmm.
What is their whole strategy like? If just give us a ballpark number, like like, what is their whole strategy when it comes to going through them and their services, besides them flipping your whole everything around?
Yeah. Going through a publishing company is easy. It's now if you want it for an easy process, do that because yeah, they can start pushing advertising the book for you before the sales. They can sort of help you build up your audience. They give you like a timeline, like, okay, we got to have this book released by then, so you need to hurry and you need to meet these milestones in your project so we can release it. They already have their own group of editors. ghostwriters, what have you. So going through a long-standing established publisher is good. But you do, if they feel that your story isn't compelling enough, they may add a little of this to it, embellish just a little bit, just to make it. I don't want to say Hollywood, just to make it, give it a little razzle dazzle.
Right, right. Razzle dazzle.
And yeah, yeah, and you gotta pay. You could choose to either pay them up front or they take a cut out of your royalties. And usually it's more than 30%. It's way more than like 40% cut. And so you're paying them for, yeah, putting your book out there, getting it to the number one seller, bestseller, what have you, which is good, which is great. But I just wanted, at the end of the day, I want it to be my own, my brand, backed by my own foundation. And when I got the money in, I wanted all that to come to me. So I'm not saying it was terrible going through them, but it's just, you have to make sure you don't lose your identity, lose the voice of your book, lose the tone of your book by going through another publisher. And creating my own publishing company, I was able to learn the different steps and the processes of what's actually happening instead of just being out of the loop or absent-minded about it. So that's how it helped me. Did it cost? I mean, going through a publisher is a lot. It's not cheap.
Yeah. Well, you
And
know what? I also noticed that you do like public speaking. How do you build it up to get in front of all those people and just do you?
I don't. I don't. People, I I don't advertise public speak. People find me.
Yeah,
People find me and they're like, "Hey, we want you to come teach this class. Hey, we want you on this webinar." They find me. That's
yeah,
I don't even push that. And apparently, I do a good job at
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I see them. I'm like, hey, like how she get that, because I don't know, because it's sometimes it's stuff that we want to do, and
Yeah.
we just be like, man, I just don't know, man, because I mean, me getting in front of camera, when I first started doing it, I didn't like the voice. I didn't like the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I sound country. I sound like a little mixture of 50 Cent. I sound like a little mixture of Steve Hart. It was just a bunch of things that bothered me. And I was like, you know what?
That just
Maybe I
sound like
need
an
to make
old
some
man.
changes or something. Yeah, I'm serious. And then I was nervous and shy. Like, I don't know. So I said, if it's like that in front of the camera, I don't know how in the hell I'm gonna get out in front of people and just be able to just. I mean, because I don't know if it's the pictures or what, but it looked like you be out there just enjoying yourself. Like, hey,
I
I'm
am.
here, I'm at home. Hey, I got this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I enjoy it because when you fall in love with yourself, when you tolerate yourself, when you're comfortable with yourself, you just go out there and have fun. Yeah, do I get nervous? I do, especially when I'm like on a stage. I look out and I'm like, ooh, it looks like a whole lot of y'all. Like, where y'all come from? Like, it wasn't this many people in here a second ago. Where you come from? But I just focus on what I've got to say and just let my personality come out. And I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I've been in business for 9 years, got 15 years of experience. I know this like the back of my hand, even though I'm learning as I go. I know it. So it's just being true to myself, just being comfortable. So I don't try to be out there. It's just people find me and I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
I be seeing you in clubs and stuff. I be like, man, she be on the grind. She be
I be
moving.
on the ground because look, I
Yeah,
don't want to miss an opportunity at all.
that's
And
right.
every day I pray to the Lord, I said, Lord, just bless everything I do to prosper. Everything that I do is going to prosper. Even if I don't realize the next step, even I don't know the outcome, just let it prosper. And he has led me in directions that I've never even considered, but it's been working. It's been working. So yeah, people hit me up and I'm like, I sure will. What's the date? Tell me the time.
And you know what? That's another thing too. Please tell people that it is okay to have God in your business plan, and that not only is it okay, that it's important.
Yeah, it is okay. It is okay. Don't ever let anybody deter you from having scripture, having God, having your whatever your religion is. Don't let people deter you away from incorporating that into your business, because really the reason why they're making that suggestion, because that's what it is, a suggestion. They're just saying,
Suggestion.
hey, you shouldn't talk about God that much. You shouldn't bring religion into it that much. They're offended by it because they may not be comfortable with their religious relationship. They may not be comfortable with how they're living their life, or they're not confident in themselves.
That's right.
So just because they have that issue doesn't mean that's your problem. That's their personal perspective. So if anybody were to tell me, oh, you've got too much God in your business, okay, then you are not my customer. You are not my client. You are not someone I need to engage with on social media or in person, what have you. So don't ever let anybody deter you away from it, because at the end of the day, God is the only one who's going to set your path for your business and order your steps. And you don't want to deny him. Like,
Yeah.
he's got your
Yeah.
whole life planned out. He's got so many blessings that he
Yep.
wants to give to you in full. Like, when he
Yep.
blesses you, it's in full, it's heavy. So don't deny him just because of somebody else. I don't care about them. I don't. I mean, I'm gonna pray for them. I love them to death, but I'm not gonna let you convince me that having a scripture or having a biblical based business is hurting my business growth, because that's not, no,
True.
that's not true. So I say people incorporate all the time, because I put it out there all the time how the Lord has supported me. He has guided me. He literally is my strength and my perseverance and my encouragement. He's the reason why I'm doing this, because if not, I would have went back to work a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Long time ago.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't even left my career. I wouldn't even left my career if I didn't rely on him. I would still be working at the bank.
What were you doing at the bank? If I'm not being too nosy.
No, you're not. I was working at the bank for 11 years, and there I was the business banker, and I
Mhm.
was a brokerage associate as well. So I was helping, with the business development side, business credit, and also helping on the investment side. So people who were interested in expanding their investment portfolio, annuity stocks, retirement plans, what have you. That's what I did in my career. 11 years. 11 years. Had a lot
Okay.
of certificates, taught a lot of classes, attended a lot of classes. I had a lot of license. I had my insurance license, my Series 6, my Series 63,
Dang.
paying all of that. And I made a decision to invest in my business, and gave it all up. So
All
I
right.
did that for 11 years.
Oh, so that mean like you in there knowing everything about after young folks say all what they call it munyon.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know that munyon.
I know that money, and I know how money was working, how it come in, how it come out, how to make the money, how to make your money work for you. I knew all of that.
I'm glad that we, for the new people and everybody, how do we go about business credit? I mean, like like what would you tell someone that don't know nothing about this and said, "Hey,
Yeah.
tell me something."
First of all, they need to get their tax ID number for the business. They need to go to irs.gov and click I need an EIN number. Go ahead, get your EIN number for your business. Once you have that, you've got your LLC, then you can start creating a business profile on Dun and Bradstreet. Now it's going to take a couple of years. You got to be in your business for a couple of years for your business credit to start working for you, but you can take these steps to build up to it. Get on Dun and Bradstreet, create your business credit profile. So then you have a DUNS number. You need a DUNS number. You can use that DUNS number to apply for credit cards, like at Sam's Club or at the gas station, or at Staples or something like that. Get that business credit card, because that's the wedge. You need that business credit card in order to get your foot in the door for other business credit. And I don't care if you use it just for gas, just for these business memberships, um, for supplies like getting food for events that you have or whatever. Just use it. Continue to use it. Build that history up. So then when it's time for you to get a line of credit, then you already have this business credit history with this credit card. That line of credit can help with any seasonal changes, if you need payroll, if you need marketing dollars, or if you need a like emergency purchase, like say you got to buy another tool, another computer, some more equipment, you'll have that business line of credit set up for you. And a line of credit will have a higher spending limit than that credit card. And of course, as you pay it off, you have access to it. That line of credit should be good for you for like 5, 10 years. It's a revolving credit. Now, once you've got that business credit card set up, you that line of credit, then you can get business loans. The goal is to make sure your business is self-sufficient. It can't do that if you don't create that business profile, if you don't get that tax ID number, if you don't get that DUNS number. Go ahead and start working on your business credit so that as your business grows, the business credit grows with you and you can keep that separate from your personal credit. A lot of times we use our personal credit cards, what have you, to put into our business and we don't pay ourselves back for it. It's time to separate your business from your personal credit. Go ahead and start. If you've got to use your personal credit to build your business, fine, do that. But lean more on that business credit card and line of credit. And it's easy. Just get that tax ID number, go to Dun and Bradstreet, get that Duns number because they have their own business credit bureau. So you can start getting your paydex score, like a 82 or something like that. In the 80s, in the 70s, 80s, that's a good paydex score. And start leveraging that anytime you go to um, get a retail office, anytime you purchase a car, anytime you set up like your bank account, stuff like that, put that in your business tax ID number and leverage that, put everything in the business name. So, and usually you can get a business credit card with whoever you have your business account with. It doesn't matter if it's like at a brick and mortar, like Wells Fargo or Bank Independent, or if you just do an online bank, like SoFi or something like that. Just make sure you have the account, a business account set up, and get you a business credit card and start building up your revenue like that. But it's easy. A lot of people don't use it because they think they have to have this excellent credit or they have to bend over backwards just to get it. And no, you don't. You just need to get it established.
And on top of that, bending backwards is impossible unless you're a part of the girls on the Olympics.
Correct. Yes, because I ain't been the way my back is set up. I'm almost 40. I will break my back trying to bend over back.
You
Literally.
lying. You are not almost 40.
Yes.
Monica, don't get on here trying to go viral and stuff. Tell the truth. You are not
Look,
almost 40. Tell these people your real age now. Don't come
tell the
on
truth.
now.
Tell the truth. Look, a lot of times people think I'm a little girl. They're like, "Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute." I am 39. I will be
What?
39 in May.
Stop it, man.
Yes, yes. Do you know that there was one time I went to the movies, and this was it earlier this year or it was last year? I went to the movies to a rated R movie, and do you know they asked me for my ID?
Really?
They asked me for my ID for a rated R movie. I was like, "Are you serious? I'm not 12."
Hey, look, I was close to saying flash your license on the camera because I don't believe.
You know what? I'm not doing it.
I was
I'm
this
not
close to
doing it.
saying just flash it real
I'm
quick.
not
Put
doing
your
it.
license right there and pull it out real quick. I don't believe.
And that's why you sound like somebody's granddaddy. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I will be 39 in May. So I am planning my 40th birthday next year. Okay.
So what are you doing for your 40th birthday?
Um, I either want to go on a cruise or I want to go overseas.
Cruise or overseas. All right
One or
now.
the other. Yeah.
All
But I
right
know I'm
now.
having a good time.
I know that's real. I know that's
Mhm,
real.
mhm.
I also notice if I'm not being too nosy and if we can speak on this stuff, I'm not trying to get all in your business.
Mhm.
But did I see you got engaged?
I sure did.
All right, now,
Well,
congratulations.
thank you, thank you. I am engaged. I'm a fiance now,
I'm letting
and
y'all know somebody done snatched off the market. Go on about your
right,
business.
somebody took me off the market.
Go on about your business now. Go on now. Get
Yeah, going on,
it's
going
over.
on. He noticed what he had. He was like, let me go ahead, take off.
Yeah, man. You know,
Let me
hey,
go ahead, quit
like they
playing.
say, when you know, you know. And when you
You
never
know.
know,
And so,
bring was
yeah,
over.
we're enjoying this engagement time. I love it. It feels so brand new. I feel like I would be more of myself. Like, this is my Monica era. Like,
Yeah,
not just the sister, the mother, the daughter, the caregiver, the business owner. It's like, okay, this is Monica. So I'm enjoying it, and I've been cheesing ever since. Ever since he
yeah.
proposed, I've just been having a big smile on my face. So, yep,
And
I'm
man, you know
excited.
what? And man, you know what? I'm happy for you
Thank you.
and for all the young men and women. Stop listening to the social media shit, man. It's
Right.
still love out here. It's still people looking for what you're looking for, working for what you're working for. Got the same
Mhm.
goals and visions as you do. Stop giving up. Stop giving
Mhm.
up.
And stop trying to, you know, go by social media standards. Like, do what's works best for you all's relationship. Do what works for the best for the both of you all. Don't sit up here with social media this, social media, red balloon that, green flags that.
Bars,
Do
bars.
what's
Oh,
best for the both of you because at the end of the day, social media ain't pillow talking with you.
that's right. That's right.
You're gonna
Social
be
media
looking
is
for
just
love.
here for entertainment and other
Right.
things. I'm telling you now.
Right. That's all it is. It's just entertainment. Social media don't care. They in somebody else's business. Every day they find somebody
Every
else
day.
to
That's
be
right.
in.
That's
So
right. They are in somebody else's business.
right. Do what's best for you all and call it a day.
That's right. Because at the end of the day, what's best for you is what's best for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes a lot of stuff that you're doing for you, it don't matter what they saying because it's for you. Like some
It's for
people are
you.
not comfortable with what's for you. You
Right.
got to be comfortable with that.
Right. Y'all gonna leave that hype alone because let me tell you, being single is real ghetto out there. It's real ghetto. It's real two thumbs down. Two thumbs down.
What?
Being single is two thumbs down. I wouldn't being single it's all right, but it's real ghetto out there.
You said it's ghetto out there.
It's real ghetto out there, all
It's
right?
hard in these streets, man. I'm trying to tell y'all now.
Right. It's crazy because you're not fixing to tell me I can't go to Olive Garden. Like if you don't take me to Olive Garden and give them breadsticks,
Yeah.
take me where I want to eat. Take me where I want to eat. Talking about no, he don't love you. Say, if you was feeding me, that's a lot of love. Anybody that feeds me, that's a lot of love.
Exactly. Let me tell you something, man. When I was coming up, man, if you had $20, $30 in your pocket on a good Friday, Saturday night, you were the man. You were the
You want a
man.
man.
You were the man.
Man, back in the
Somebody gonna go out to eat with
$20 would get you a good catfish plate. It
you.
get
And
you a good
man, stop
catfish.
acting like the Applebee's and chili two for 20. Well, things are hot and they're about $25, $30 now. But
Right, yeah.
stop acting like that day, man. That ain't it right there.
That was hidden. That was hidden.
And I don't know who the hell started this stuff about Olive Garden, man. You're tripping.
You're tripping. You're tripping.
When I was growing up, we didn't even eat at Olive Garden. We had to go to Ron's and
All
Barn Hills
right.
and stuff. So I thought you had to be rich to sit over there at Olive Garden. Man, cut
All
it out.
going, yeah. We had to go to Ryan's and Quincy's and all that.
All
Man.
that, you know. Some of y'all don't know
No.
nothing about them bread rolls up there at Ron's and how intense it could get behind them.
Right. We went in there just for the rolls.
Yep. And you had to lie about your age sometime.
Sure did. Sure did.
Yeah, y'all
Sure
know.
did. And it
Y'all
had
know.
no shame. It had
No
no shame
shame.
because I was gonna get this good buffet.
Hey, I
Don't
miss
do
it
it.
too, man. I miss it. I miss it.
I miss it because I can eat.
Uh,
But it's all right. It's all right.
yeah, yeah, I can eat, man. I miss Shoney's when it was on university, all that stuff, man.
Man, yeah. Shoney's had a good salad bar too. Ooh,
Breakfast too.
yeah, yeah. Shoney's in
Sure.
play.
So has anything lately been going on that just had you like, I didn't see this coming, or maybe I did see it coming, or are you like the rest of us is just waking up every day and enjoying the show?
At this time, just waking up every day, enjoying the show because so much has changed this year, and we're only at the end of March. So much has changed, and I didn't think we would have so many changes so quickly. That's what I did not anticipate, was so
True.
many changes happening so fast, and having to that strategic flexibility, having to make adjustments quickly.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. So instead of me trying, and yeah, I always like to be ahead of the curve. Like, let me work, let me be proactive instead of reactive. Let me go ahead and set some things in place just in case this happens. But at the end of the day, I can't control what's happening. All I can do is just manage, just ride the wave. So yeah, I just wake up and I say, okay, what we're gonna conquer today, what we're gonna conquer this week and this month. But I don't try to make outrageous changes that for things I can't control.
Right. Right. Right.
All I can
And
do is control my reaction to it, my insight over it, my behavior, and that's what I do. And I do that for both personal life and in my business. So staying strategically flexible, being
yeah.
able to make that change and pivot as needed, because a bunch of stuff has happened today, and I'm like, I mean, happened this year, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
It has, man. It's just been back to back, and I don't know, man. I'm just kind of enjoying it.
Yeah, just
And
enjoy it.
right now on this show, right now live, I'm gonna let people know. Call me what you want, but I'm not going down there protesting, tearing up them folks shit. Okay.
All
I,
right.
I don't care what they doing. Let them do what they doing, man. They gonna do whatever
Mhm.
they want to do anyway. But I'm not going down there, because I seen a lot of people saying, "Hey, we're not doing it. We're not doing this, that, and third." I feel you,
I
but
feel
it's
you.
just. But also a big thing is I done got older. I ain't got it in me like that to be out there
Right,
standing
right,
up like that for long periods of time, hooping and hollering.
right, right.
So I'm just letting you know now.
And I think people need to realize, don't let your anger out in the wrong area.
Yeah,
Like, sometimes it's just misplaced. It's like,
yeah,
okay, yeah, I see what you're doing right here, but you're missing the bigger picture over
the
here.
bigger
So
picture.
do what do what impacts the bigger picture, and not focus on, so, oh, we're just not gonna do this today.
Right.
Yeah, one day can make a difference, but if you're not going to continue on that path, then what you doing it for? So just
Yeah,
don't let your actions be misplaced.
yeah, because most times when a lot of stuff go on is really to play on certain emotions and things. So if a
Emotions.
person know they can get you to do something, they're gonna keep pushing at it because it works. So
Yeah.
uh, so yeah, me personally, I just been kind of staying out of it. Honestly, not because I'm just one of them people to say, well, I'm a business person, so I'm not political and all this, that, and the third. It's just some things I just feel that uh what I can do just wouldn't be able to help a lot of people. I'll be able to help
Right.
my family and the people around me or whoever my peers are at the time. But
Mhm.
it doesn't make me less black. It doesn't make me more black. It's just it's things that I don't want to participate in because I know what it's leading to.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I mean, like we at that space now. Whatever y'all got going on, go ahead. So I heard. So you have a young man too, correct?
Yes. He is 18.
Okay, mine's 13.
Mhm.
Um, how is it that? How do you feel about the challenges now that we have as parents and keeping our boys, especially our young men, in the
Mhm.
right direction? Whether it's education, financial stuff, health, sex, um, everything that comes with it. Like how is it with you? Like, is it a challenge or is it something that you like? Hey, it's nothing, because we're tight, or is it?
Mhm.
You know,
Um. No, we've got a good relationship. We've got a good communication channel. It's just making sure I teach him things about life before the world taints his idea of it. It's making sure we talk about things here in the house to prepare him for the world, because the world will put their own agenda there, label him as a certain type of person, and he's not. So it's just making sure that I teach him things from a life skill perspective and not from, okay, you're influenced by what's out there on social media or what the world wants you to be, what society uh,
Right.
thinks you are, trying to portray this image of you that's not. So
That's right.
it's getting ahead of the curve on that. So having a lot of those conversations here in the house prepare for him for what's going on out there. Because if I just let the world teach him, it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, that's right. And that was the main thing too that I was asking. Like, having these, and I know it sounds cultural, but having to have these talks with our children before we let them out into the world. Whether
Hmm.
young man or young lady, it's just having these different things that we have to teach them or tell them before, like you said, like before we lead them out into the world, and people put
Hmm.
their own narratives or labels on them.
Hmm.
Because I know, um, I've been working on those kind of things with my son. And like you said, it's kind of hard now that we got, social media and all this kind of stuff, and so the kids are kind of making their own moves now. It's kind of different from when we were kids, and
Hmm.
we only
Hmm.
had so much to kid with. Now they have,
Hmm.
you know access to other children or other people their age with different personalities, different views, different. Our only views was what we had in the house, and
Right.
what we seen outside. But what we were running in the house, that's kind of the environments that our parents had us in too. So it was kind of,
Hmm.
you know, and I was raised by an older generation, so they didn't quite understand the things that I was facing or about to face. So
Hmm.
I mean, because they're coming from their own era of things that they had to deal with, understand, and um, basically get over. Just
Hmm.
to be here to help me get through my generation. So I think it's very challenging now with I'm not gonna say challenging with parenting, because some of us have bonds with our children where it's like we have the bond with the children, but really in reality we have a bond with our younger selves. If that
Right.
makes sense.
It does. Yeah.
I mean, because that's where I see my parenting with my son is more of a understanding thing more than, son, pull your pants up, or son, this is how you shake
Hmm.
someone's hand, or this is how. It's more of, and then information is easy for him to comprehend and take in, because it's like, hey, the people who love me and are showing me this and showing me that, are here for me and there for me. So um I try to be hard on him about dealing with stuff on the internet, because I know he
Mm-hmm.
does the streaming, I know he does his little thing, and just letting him know that, hey, we live in a country where it's okay for grown people to troll your stuff and try to talk to you through messages and things like that. So you have to be careful of that. And telling him
Absolutely.
that he has long hair and he has his hair. Hey, it's people out here. You could be places and your hair could be a certain way, you know, and they could try to. So I'm very glad you spoke on that, because
Mhm.
it's a lot with being black.
It's a lot, and it's a lot that we have to teach them that other other people don't have to prepare their children for,
There you
especially
go.
for young black men.
There you go. And
So
that's what
it's
I'm
a
trying to
lot of
say
conversation.
without getting us
Yeah,
kicked off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Right, yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
You try to be
yeah,
politically correct. You try to be
yeah.
politically
I'm
correct.
glad you know what I'm saying. I'm glad we here
Yeah,
with this.
yeah. But it's a lot of insights. It's a lot of experiences that we have to tell them about and let them know. Okay, this is acceptable, this is not acceptable, or we have to teach them like this is actually disrespectful.
Right.
So it's things we have to do. And you're right, it's like we're watching ourselves grow up. And it's a very humbling, but also a very empowering feeling, empowering experience. But yeah, it is things that we have to do because if not, the world is going to have this whole different portrayal and it can scar them later. And like,
Yeah.
so just to
Yeah.
prevent that, it's like, hey, let me give you the blueprint on how life is. Let me give you the blueprint on how to work this. But I mean, having a good, no matter who your child is, having a good open relationship with them, a good communication channel, and active listening, and opening your perspective, that's key. Because even though we want our children to be a certain way, or we expect them to be a certain way, they can have a different mindset, and we've got to be open to understanding that mindset, because they're not us,
That's right.
they're their own person, and we've got to
That's right.
give that person the right to have their own train of thought, to have their own beliefs. So
True that,
yeah,
because
it's hard.
it is. And and I had to realize that early on about my son, like, hey, this is what he likes to do, this is what he's into, this is his thing. So instead of me trying to push him into other things, I just wanted to be more on his level when it came to things and be supportive as I
Mhm.
could be. So
Mhm.
um and I think that's great. Because I know right now, I know he's working on his streaming. He does. I know on TikTok he makes his own like little cartoons and stuff. And he just into his whole anime thing.
Mhm.
He's not really into all the cool stuff, like like the shoes and stuff I buy him is something that I was like, hey, because if it was up to him, it'd be Crocs and just whatever is comfortable. I mean, sometimes
Yeah.
he was like, oh man, like, he just won't. I'm like, you don't even work to have bad feet, son. Like, you're not
Right.
working. You know what I'm saying? You're like, why do you need, but so most times when I do purchase things or buy things for him, it's more of like, okay, then, dad's keeping me up on, I guess, what's cool. And it's like, I'm glad, because when I was growing up, I had too many expectations. It was too much of what you had to have,
Mhm.
or now it's like they don't care. They just do
Yeah.
whatever they do, and it's like it is what it is. And I was like, where was that mentality when we were growing up?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
mean, 'cause I'm telling you now, I'm serious about the buddies and stuff. By the time middle school came around, I was able to step my game up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was able to go sweep up some head at the barber shop, and I was able to go
Mhm.
break some leaves, and I was able to get me a pair of them white forces. You know what I'm saying?
Well, as long as you work for it, as long as you work for it, yeah,
I had to work for them,
yeah.
but
Because
you
they're
know,
gonna clown you in middle school. They was gonna clown you.
oh yeah, most definitely. I say, I can make it through elementary. I can,
Mhm.
I can make it through. But when I get over there, I'm getting me a job or something. Luckily, it was a barber
Right.
shop right in the neighborhood. Um, the neighborhood I grew up in, I've been there, for a long time. So a lot of people
Mhm.
knew me. They knew my mother and stuff too. So yeah, hey, they would call over there. Have your son come cut this grass. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Shoot,
Look,
I'm on
they
my
were
way.
calling for your business.
Yeah, I used to push that little lawnmower around, and back then, like a little hot $20 to a
Yeah.
13, 14, 12 year old. I mean, I can go in the store. I'm the man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. It go a long way.
You go along, oh, man, especially at that stove.
Right. Right.
$20, you could take care of 4 or 5 of your friends. You had a Fago, you had you some chips, maybe some
Right.
Oreos.
Mhm.
I mean, and you still might have had a couple dollars left over.
Them honey buns and stuff like that. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah. You
yeah,
can $20 went a long way back in the day.
long way. So, I'm just glad where his mind space is at. Even my nephews and stuff at the age where they at 17, 18, 19, almost 20 years old, to like see them with a calm mind state in college and stuff like that. And they're just, you know, it's just times are so different now.
Hmm.
And so that's why I'm glad I never been one of those parents to just, my son is pretty big for his size. He's pretty tall, pretty tall. So a lot of people be wanting to push him in sports and all this that. And I'm like, man, my son into drawing, gaming, and doing what he do. And nowadays it
Hmm.
look lucrative. So I'm not pushing him to be the
I'm not
next
talking
Shaq.
right. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. He gonna be making more money than both of us soon.
He gonna be making, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get what? I want to be right there. To,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Hey, listen now, I was
You, you know what to carry me, right? You gotta take care of me now.
what I'm saying? Help a brother out now, but
Help a brother out.
help a
Help a
brother
parent
out.
out.
You know what I'm saying? I got you. But yeah. So I just been more into learning to be on his level, understanding him, and being
Mhm.
supportive.
Mhm.
Because when I was growing up, it wasn't no understanding. It was Negro, you going to church every Sunday, you going to
Mhm.
school, and you doing whatever the hell I want you to do. It
Right.
wasn't no nothing, nothing. It was pretty
There
cut
was
and dry.
no,
Like,
yeah. There was no
you know,
debate. There was no discussion. This is what you're gonna do.
nah, and you can get your butt whooped quick.
Right. Hmm.
Quick.
Hmm.
It didn't take much. So
No.
it was, so now I'm a parent of my own. I want to be, you know, I hate to see the I hate to say the being the fun parent or the friendly parent, but it's like, no, we have an understanding when I'm serious. He knows that I'm serious, but it's just the fact that being something that I wasn't able to have or experience.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I love the fact that we're easy to just talk to each other about whatever, and we can, and I understand him, even though it may be something at his age that he's dealing with. I understand it, and I'm able
Hmm.
to talk to him on that level, and we're able to have a lot of understanding, because that was the main thing. I was like, I always want my child to be able to come talk to me,
Exactly. Yeah. I want to
good,
have that
bad,
open
whatever.
door. Yeah.
Yep.
Making that open door and making it comfortable for them. Yeah.
Yeah, no
Mm.
doubt, no doubt. I mean, because that's what they need.
Yeah, they do. They do. Because everybody in society, even though so much social media out there, society ain't listening to nobody for real though.
No,
No.
no, not at all.
Mm-mm.
Not unless it's about whatever that they want to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I know one thing they're not talking about is egg prices and the prices in the grocery store. Period.
Right. Yeah. Because it costs a lot to eat now. It costs groceries have gone up a whole lot.
It
Too
costs a lot
much.
to eat. It costs a lot to be healthy. It costs a lot to be on a diet. It costs a
Yeah.
lot to fast now. I mean, it's no hope in this.
It's not. Yeah. Everything costs $500. Wake up. Boom. $500. Turn the water on. $500. Dang, I want to open the window. $500.
Man.
It's a
And
lot.
now the light bills for the past few months have been ridiculous.
I've been paying everybody lights. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Something.
I'm paying.
I hope I'm
I'm paying
helping.
the whole neighborhood lights. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm paying the lights on at the park. I'm paying for that too. I'm
Hey,
paying for
gotta
that.
be.
Gotta
It
be.
gotta be.
Gotta be.
Ain't no way around it.
Yeah.
I tell y'all what, man. I am over excited to have Miss Monica on here with us today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny story. I met Miss Monica. I needed some paperwork done or something. Was it?
Yep. You need something notarized. Yeah.
I needed something notarized, man. And Miss Monica came to the nursing facility, helped me with it. We had a long conversation then, and still been cool ever since then. And
Ever
I'm
since
very
then.
appreciative to have her in my life. And I always see her on Facebook getting up every day, getting on our behind. I'm one of the ones that when I see your videos, I tap in because I know you talking to me, especially when you be like, up them prices. It's like I can look in
Right.
the camera and it's like you looking at me, like, hey,
Right.
you up them
That's why.
prices.
Right. Because I tell people, I was like, you haven't raised your prices, and it shows. It
Yeah,
shows.
yeah. That
And
was
it shows.
something else right there. It shook
Yeah.
me. I got to looking around like, man, like does she, you know what I mean? I had to, I
That
man,
was
I ain't
yeah.
look. You
Yeah. That was
friends with Monica, man. You better get it together.
you. Get it together.
She not gonna play with you.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Please.
I ain't gonna lie, because when I seen the video, I said she might well just should have just tagged my name in it.
And
I
that,
mean, you know, you ain't gotta say it to everybody. I know it's like who you talking to. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and
look,
tag
I
me
didn't
in
want to embarrass
it.
you in front of your friends. I didn't want to embarrass you in front of your friends.
Hey, when it was needed. You know what? Every time people say, "Dang, man, you just up and let," blame Monica because
Blame Monica.
I get up there and see a video she made and she say up them prices. I'm finna go on their website and I'm finna
Go on
up
their
them.
website.
I'm finna up them.
Change that price right then and there.
These are the kind of people that you need around you and on your social media because every day when she wakes up or something, she gonna put something on there that you need in your life and just in your books. I'm telling
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you, I'm
Something
telling you.
beneficial. I'm trying to teach. I said, if y'all don't like me or whatever, that's fine, but you're gonna learn something from me. You're gonna
You gonna
learn.
learn something.
Gonna learn. Yeah.
I don't think they understand. But you know what though? Like, do you do mentor classes and stuff?
I do workshops, and especially I've got one coming up on April 11th. That's going to talk about getting to unlocking business funding. So
Okay.
I do workshops. I need to host another one just within my business. But yeah, mentorship. If someone needs a business consultant who needs to create a strategic plan for them and help them execute it,
Mhm.
then that's where I can step in and help them.
How young do you start out at with the mentorship?
The youngest, I would say like 18, 19.
18,
Yeah.
18, 19.
The oldest has been like 65, 66.
Okay.
Yeah. But the others, I love the little children. I love them to death, but I just can't be their mentor. That's not my calling just yet. But
Heard
18 and 19, definitely I can mentor them.
y'all heard that. 18 to 65.
Yes, yes.
So even if you're 80 and still got your comprehension and may you still make it move, you need to hit me. A number may not be in the phone book, but reach out to someone. We will get you in contact with Miss Monica.
That's right. That's right.
We got you. We
We
got you.
got you.
We'll even pull up on you. And that's another thing. Miss Monica pulled up on
I'll
me.
pull up.
What
Yeah.
they say, pull up on me. She
Pull
pulled
up
up on
on.
me.
Oh yeah,
Pulled
I'll
up
pull
on
up.
me. Help me out. You understand me?
I'll pull
And
up.
I'm glad that she
MCM
did.
Services pull up.
Yep. I never forget, man. She pulled up, helped me out, man. And if anybody else need anything, notarize anything, you know what I'm saying? She's the one that you need to holler at, and you see everything that she came with today. So
Yes.
she has a
Yes.
lot of hats, a lot of information. I'm hoping that we can have another episode sometime down the road
Yes.
because
I'll be honored to come back because I appreciate this outlet today and I'll be honored to come back. Have me on.
well, I'm trying to do my thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
blend in with y'all. I might write a book sometime. And that's another reason I asked because I was like my other co-host, we met back when we were young men in a juvenile, so to speak, prison. Um, and that's what we met at, and we were writers. So we would write short stories, fictional
Mm.
stories, a lot of poetry. And that's how I kept my head on the swivel. I didn't have to join a gang or I didn't have to do none of that. I knew
Good.
how to write. So it
That was
was like,
good.
so
Leverage your
I had a
talents.
lucky
Leverage
job.
your talents.
Uh,
I said leverage your talents. That's what you're supposed to do. Leverage your talents.
and I definitely had to leverage it. And
Mm.
that's what really kept me good, man. It was a lot of guys that went home and probably had children or had a better relationship, man, because they really thought them guys was in there writing some of that good poetry. That was my work. That was my
There
work.
you
I
go.
just want to put that out there. That was me and Corey's work, y'all.
Yeah. Now look, y'all made a difference. Y'all made a difference.
We want some money too, because we was in this
Right. Yeah.
class with this guy and he was publishing stuff, so to speak. He would have our initials. He had this little book that he would go to different facilities and he would pick up writing. Well, actually he did all the writing classes. So
Mm-hmm.
we're older now. Don't make us come look for you, man. Help a brother out, show us some love, man, because I
Right.
know most of the stuff he was publishing was our stuff because all the other stuff was trash. So I know.
You already know. Yeah, tell them to run your coin. Run me my coin.
Run me some corn, man. What the yeah, them coins and money on, all
Uh-huh.
that stuff that these young folks be saying. I want it all.
I want it all.
I
I don't
want
care
it
what
all.
you call it. Just bring it here.
That's right. Bring it here. Hand it here.
Bring it here. Bring it
Like I said, we can't wait to have Miss Monica back on again because it's a
here.
lot of things that we didn't speak on today on purpose because we just couldn't
Mm.
get y'all everything, man. We can't
Yeah.
get everything now. And plus I had to get what I can get on a friendship base. Okay, anything else, probably would have cost me a little money on now. So
Right, yeah, yeah.
you
Well,
know,
it
trying to
cost
get
you a
this
couple
piece by
dollars or
piece
two.
for
Yeah,
y'all.
it cost you a dollar or two. Yeah.
Well, yes, but we really appreciate you coming on here today, man.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Do you have anything else you want to say, like, well, before we close out?
No, just continue to look for me. You can Google me, MCM Services. Look for me on Facebook. Look for me on Instagram, on YouTube, MCM Services. You can scan the QR code that leads you to my website. Go to mcmsrvcs.com. And my website has all of the strategies that we use, has our proven track record, reviews, and what have you. Go on the website, get in contact with us, and we'll be on your team to help grow your business.
Y'all heard it first. Monica
Yeah.
Montgomery, High Knowledge Podcast. This has been the Stepping Our Game Up episode. So we will be posting it on all the social medias that we have, from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, um, and whatever else y'all listen to for podcast stuff. I will
Mhm.
find out about it, and I will log in on there, and I will get it posted on there too. We will have a lot of clips. So if you don't have the time to sit and listen to the whole thing, we will have clips and stuff. If you didn't get a chance to jot down your notes, because I know we spoke on a lot, and
Mhm. Mhm.
and we were just here and there. So we got you. So you guys be on the lookout for that. Again, this is Monica Montgomery. I'm Tico Davis, and we out.
We out. Peace.